All right, it is day 3 of the cleanse, and day 2 is in the books. How was your day 2?
Challenging. So yesterday I went over and I harvested potatoes, and I think I was a bit more active than I was the previous day. And like Jeff has said, I was living on reserves from the previous day. And so yesterday I felt pretty weak and tired, but not crazy. I did eat more, not too much more than they recommend, but...
She cheated. Again.
No.
2 days in a row.
It's not cheating when they say you could have more if you need it.
You had more than what they said.
So did you. And I haven't been cleansing like they've said either, so we're just going to keep trucking on here.
Yeah, for me, not really anything to report. I've lost some more pounds. I'm down about 8 pounds total since we first started. But again, I don't think that's because of this. I just think it's because there's not any food in my body. But we'll keep an eye on that. Definitely going to bed early, trying to make sure we get plenty of sleep because it makes you tired. Yesterday, I totally hit a wall. About 3 in the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon, I was just like done. It was hard for me to lift everything. It was tough. My workouts are doing great. Today is day 3 and I had a really strong workout. So I'm still able to increase my weights as I'm lifting, but I think that's probably good. More muscle memory than it is because this has a bunch of nutrients in it that's making me great. You know, I was at a certain point in weightlifting and then I stopped and now I'm working my way back up. So I think I'm kind of just getting back to my strength that I had. Mm-hmm. But the good news is I can make it through the workout and not pass out. So that's good. But other than that, day 3 ahead of us, I'm just worried about being hungry because my stomach is growling. So I just ate an apple.
Well, I tried to get him to eat one of the flex meals and he wouldn't do it.
You're not supposed to do it. I'm trying to follow
No, you are supposed to do it. You're supposed to have 3 of these at least. Well, they say 3, not at least. I was having a little extra. But they do
somebody's reading it the way she wants to read it is what I think.
And like the other thing that has been helping me, first I read it as the flex meal that you only can have the beverages or the flex foods. And so then I looked and I was so pleasantly surprised. It said that you can have 3 servings of the flex food / beverages. So that means or beverages. And so I've been having whole canned organic coconut milk and mixing it with a little bit of water and putting some cinnamon because cinnamon actually helps curb your appetite. So that has been really helpful to me.
I didn't have my coffee today.
You didn't?
Mm-mm.
On purpose?
Yeah, I figured I'd give it a shot, see what it's like without it.
You heard it first here on The Real Martian.
That's
no
it.
Coffee. I can't even, since we've been married, I don't think he's ever not had a cup of coffee. Maybe if he's been really sick, but even then.
I'll try it. I think the good part is I work out in the morning, so it gives me energy. I mean, I think the thing that's different, I'm not giving credit to this thing. I'm giving credit because I'm out there working out, and it wakes me up.
Oh, of course.
By the time I'm done.
Couldn't it be something that I suggested?
After 2 days, no, I'm not giving that thing any credit.
Yeah.
That has not earned any credit, and I have not seen any major cleansing stuff happening. So here we are on day 3, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So. All right, well, it is day 5.
Halfway!
And we didn't do a video yesterday, but why don't you tell everyone about your yesterday?
Oh, all the days are starting to run into each other. Yesterday I hit a little bit of a wall. I was pretty tired. I took a nap, which I don't usually do. Today I woke up feeling better. I got a little bit better night's sleep. So that has made me feel good, but still I think the biggest problem for me overall is hunger. I am just pretty hungry.
Well, day 4 for me just resulted in a whole lot more being tired. I definitely, come noon, I pretty much lose my energy when I'm working out there. And then by 4 o'clock, I'm totally dragging. And yeah, definitely.
We're making this thing sound really fun.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. And I also want to report that this thing is supposed to be a cleanse, and I'm not seeing a cleanse happening. By that, I mean there's 3 ways that I know you can cleanse: sweat it out, pee it out, or poop it out. And there's not significant events happening in any 3 of those things. And we're drinking so much water that everything is basically pure, clear, and not seeing something that would indicate toxins are in there, which is usually some form of color. And the solid waste is not happening like you would expect, like in a colon cleanse type of thing.
But no, seriously, I have been a little constipated. But I did read their description, and it does say cleanse, but you're also ridding your body of the toxins that you normally take in. You're giving your body a break from protein, and so helping your digestion and helping your gut as well. The biomedic here is supposed to help with your gut health as well. So I really think that giving your body a break from those things for a while is a really good thing. I also don't think that we would have done this and had this break, the break from the alcohol, the break from the protein, if it weren't for this cleanse. I know it's a lot of money and not for everybody, and I'm still not 100% sold, but I'm not 100% saying you can just do this on your own. So that's where I'm at halfway through.
Yeah, I'm definitely not sold on this product at all, and I'm not giving it my thumbs up or thumbs down yet, but I'm leaning more this way because I'm not seeing evidence. I'm not seeing the results that I would expect. Mm-hmm. And you know, when we started, my desire was to have a cleanse, and that's what I was looking for, and I'm not having that experience. What I am is basically just starving myself. I am down now officially 10 pounds from when we started, which is nice, but I don't feel like it's going to be something. It's going to come back.
Sustainable. Yeah, I've lost about 4 pounds, and it feels good to have, you know, that little bit of weight off. That does feel good. And I'm thinking that we're going to be feeling better here. At least I'm hopeful and optimistic.
Yeah. Right now, it's really, really tired. I went a few days without coffee, and I had no impact on me, whatever. I was happy without the coffee, happy with the coffee.
That's not true. He was cranky without the coffee.
Cranky with it. It wasn't like a craving. I guess that's a better way to say it. I didn't have a craving for coffee or anything. It was like, well, if I have it, I have it. If I don't, I don't. I enjoy coffee for the morning and getting that little boost of caffeine, but it's not an addiction. So breaking from that hasn't been a problem at all. Some people might have a problem with that though, so be ready for that. But that's it for day 5. Yeah. It is day 10.
Oh my gracious.
We made
what a journey.
And we're so thankful that this thing's coming to the end. We've just got a few more hours to make it though today. We got to make it through the day first.
Yeah.
So last time we updated, I think it was like day 7, somewhere around there. So how have you been since then?
Hungry. I think that's my biggest problem. I think that I would be able to feel the results better. There was one day where like, oh, I feel a little lighter. But it's just like the hunger overpowers everything, and it causes tiredness and for Jeff weakness. And my movement has been a little better. So I think some things are clearing out. But overall, I do feel like it's a really good gut reset. It's a good life reset. Give your body a break, especially, you know, for us from alcohol and the all the protein that we've been eating a lot of lately. So I don't think that we would have done this otherwise if not for this cleanse. Actually, I know we wouldn't have done this otherwise. So in that, I respect the cleanse. There are some things that I'm not crazy about. Should I go into those now, or do you want to?
Yeah, well, yeah. So I'll go into my stuff.
Okay.
So for me, weakness has been the biggest thing. I can make it. You know, before I was doing this, I was kind of doing intermittent fasting anyway, just because I found that as I've gotten older, that's been something that's been good for me to do. So I wouldn't eat really in the morning. I used to love breakfast, but I found that if I ate breakfast and then I had lunch and then I had dinner, I kept putting on weight, even though I was working out and I was working hard. So as I've gotten older, my metabolism slowed down, and that's why I lift weights, is trying to increase that metabolism. So I found that even before, I can make it up to noon and then I'd be really, really hungry. And that was before this thing. And then when we started this thing, that didn't change. At noon, basically, I'm starving and I needed to eat something. So I'd have the shake and I'd eat some apples and all that stuff. But my energy level, my strength just dropped off tremendously after the noon hour. And by 4 o'clock, which is when you're taking your last shake, I could barely function. I mean, you could suck it up, Buttercup, and kind of get through it if you really needed to. But I just found myself being lethargic and all the stuff you would associate without having food in your body. I have not seen any radical cleansing stuff happening. There's been no...
You said that you felt less bloated.
I have felt less bloated for sure, but that happened like the first 2 days.
Well, is that good?
So yeah, those are the things. For me, I'm about 14 pounds lighter, and when I took a tape measurement yesterday, my waistline is about an inch different. And I also measured, one day we measured just because we have a little ketosis measurement device. So I took a ketosis measurement and I was in ketosis. So I was in the perfect zone. And that was in the afternoon after I had some of this stuff. It wasn't first thing in the morning when you're usually in ketosis. So that, it definitely puts you in ketosis. So there is a good chance that I actually burned a good chunk of fat.
And you lost a lot of weight.
14 pounds, yeah, roughly. And I've drank a ton of water, so it's not water weight that I've lost. And my weight training, I've been increasing in weights, not staying the same and not going down. So, but this morning on day 10, I definitely felt it when I was weight training. It was the first day that I was starting to feel dizzy, and I was like, wow, this is not good. So I think 10 days has had an effect on me, and I'm ready to be done. So.
Yeah, we both are.
So what were your goods and bads? You kind of already spoke about goods.
Spoke about goods. The other good thing is I've been taking an herbal antacid pill because I have heartburn, and I haven't had to take as much as that, but I'm also not eating foods to irritate it. I did cheat and eat some tomatoes, and that irritated it. But I'm so tired, I lost my train. Some of the things that I'm not crazy about this cleanse and not sure about going forward with this is something that I haven't been crazy from the beginning is they don't put sprouted grains in here. And I know that may seem a little nitpicky, but grains are really hard for your body to digest. And when you're constantly loading them with oats that haven't been sprouted and all of those things, it can be really hard on your digestive system, especially for me who avoids those things and is pretty sensitive when it comes to my diet. So that was one of my little nitpicky things. But the other thing is everything is sold separate. So Jeff has his shake, and we did a comparison. And his shake has the probiotics in there. It has more protein. It has more calories. And so that's one thing I'm not crazy about this company is that it seems like a bit of a racket because you have to buy everything separate and it's not in one shake. I wish that everything were in shake. I wish the amino acids were in the shake. I wish the biomedic was in the shake to clear the glyphosate and the protein. Well, I guess that's the amino acids that turn to protein, but and the probiotics for sure.
Yeah, so this is the shake that I do and I was doing before. So what I do is I'd work out and then I actually mix some additional protein with this because I found that when I was working out I needed even more. I was way deficient in protein. So, but my base meal replacement is this in the morning. So instead of having breakfast, I eat this. And it has 170 calories. I think this is 150. Mm-hmm. This has 28 grams of protein in it. I think this has like 5 or 6 or 8 or something like that. This has a lot of fiber in it. This doesn't. Less than a gram of sugar. Plus it has it has weight loss stuff in it. It has superfood in it. It has probiotic and enzymes. And then it actually has all these amino acids, more amino acids than what come in that thing over there, whatever, what do we call it? What's the company?
Purium.
Purium. This is also USDA certified organic. It's non-GMO.
So is this.
And I was just saying, so the Garden of Life stuff, this actually kind of really helps me go. Normally, it's a good product that I actually do stand behind because I buy it all the time and I use it.
It also has sprouted greens. I was looking.
Oh, does it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think these are not cheap, but you are replacing a meal. So when you kind of add it all up, I think it's about $40 for one of these, and it lasts me like a month or something, which is way more than 10 days. So. Yeah, my thoughts on this cleanse, we kind of disagree. So it's definitely not worth spending this money. I would never recommend the price.
I don't necessarily agree with that because I don't think that you would do it any other way, and this is a great. I'm not saying that there's not another great program out there. I don't know. I haven't done that research. But again, I don't think we would have done this reset without this, and I do think it's really good for your health and good for your gut to reset your body. So that's why I disagree. Not that I 100% agree with the company and everything in it and how expensive it is, but we did replace, pretty much 10 days worth of food because we used a lot of stuff from our garden. And that was another thing. I did buy some things too, so it wasn't just the shakes. But the other thing I was gonna say, we were able to use the stuff we had in the garden, which was so great. So you really are replacing. I mean, we could easily spend, it was about $200 each for this program for us for 10 days. And we could easily spend $200 in meat and groceries and wine and beer in
all the good
10
stuff.
days. So that's half of it. And probably honestly more than that sometimes. I don't know exactly, but so when you think of it that way, it's not crazy expensive.
Yeah, but as you said, we disagree on it. I think the idea that you do a cleanse is a good thing. It's biblical, and fasting is biblical, and watching your diet, of course. And then, yeah, stuff builds up in you, and that's where I was sold on, I want to cleanse stuff out. I never received the benefit that I was looking for, though. And I think my weight loss and everything is probably going to be temporary because we're both starving and we can't wait to eat again. It's probably going to come back pretty quick.
We were just thinking of like all the foods that we're going to eat. And try not to gorge when we.
Yeah, exactly. Done. I gotta get these going for breakfast, lunch. But I think having gone through it now, and hopefully people that watch this, Alicia's point is that if you didn't spend the money on this, it'd be hard to do this. I would say watch this video and understand that you could accomplish the same effects without having to spend this much money on it. And that's where I get hung up on it is for what they sent you, this is $40. We'll call it $50 after shipping. And it does everything that does except for the cleanse of the...
So you could do this shake and you could buy the cleanse separate.
Yeah, and save a lot of money. And that's where...
But I think the Biomedic and on their website, I don't know, I haven't done the research, it's proven to help eliminate glyphosate, and I think that alone is huge in the American diet to, no matter how careful you are, I think it's still good to cleanse your body of that stuff.
Which means you can save a bunch of money. You can buy that one thing and you can buy
things,
this, or two things, and you can still save a tremendous amount of money.
These two items, just for reference, the Biomedic is help eliminate glyphosate, and the cleanse is the cleanse.
Yeah, and I didn't see the cleanse thing happen, so I'm not convinced to buy that again.
Not as well as we had hoped.
But we did it. We're here. We got to make it through the rest of the day. So hopefully, if you are watching this video and you're considering this, we tried to piece together how we feel. You're going to feel weak. You definitely got to use some mental power to get through the day. Try to be busy when you do it.
Yeah.
Don't be sitting on the couch watching TV because you'll go nuts and you'll be starving. You need to be busy. You need to be out working. You need to be doing something. That's definitely something you need to do. And like I said, you could get this and you could buy a few other things. And now that we know this, I think a cleanse in our future, like we spoke about off camera, we have a tremendous amount of herbs and things around the house that I think we could naturally replace a lot of what we paid for with things from around us.
With some time and research. Yeah. Good winter project.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll share that with you. If we do that project, we'll share that with you. That'd be a good thing for us to share. But I'm giving this thing a thumbs down. I don't support the effort. I think the benefits that I've received from the money that I spent is I'm not getting a positive return on investment.
Yeah. I'm waiting to see too how I feel after the cleanse, because like I said, the hunger has taken over so much that I'm excited to see the results when I actually get a full belly.
Your gut.
Yeah.
So anyway, I give it this right now.
The jury's still out for me.
And we'll follow up if we see anything that's amazing or whatever. We'll follow up and add it as a link down below, so you guys that are watching this can follow up. But I think this is probably one of the first real, true, honest. We weren't paid to do this. A lot of the feedback that's online is from people who were paid to do this or paid to give a review, and we weren't. So hopefully this is useful to people that are out there considering doing this. You get two different opinions here. We obviously don't fully agree on this, so you guys got to make up your own darn decisions, our own minds. So, anything else?
No, I think that's all.
All right, well, thank you so much for following along in this journey. Sorry we haven't had a bunch of videos up lately. We have been busy, but it's all been busy work that's not very cool for YouTube watching, unless you like to watch people go around and clean stuff, pick up stuff, move stuff around, and harvest vegetables all the time. So sorry about that. We'll have some more videos coming up. We got some exciting things coming. The grow towers are coming together. Parts have arrived. So we can get those going, and the grow box will continue to do great, and we're working on getting that design updated as well. Plus, we also have a bunch of stuff around the ranch that we need to do to get ready for winter and to get ready for COVID round 2 and whatever is going to come this winter. I would encourage everybody, if you haven't opened up your Bibles lately, get them open, folks, and start reading. I read in Romans 1 last night. Go there and read that first. It's a very interesting set of verses that talk about what the world is going to look like, and it really gets your
what it already is looking
like.
It
really gets your brain thinking that this book that was put together, assembled over what is it, 1800 years ago, is talking about stuff that we're seeing now. The prophetic stuff that's in the Bible is starting to happen. So or has been happening.
The Bible really is coming to life. Like, I read scripture, that I've read before, and it's just like it's in a whole new light because it really does feel like it's happening.
Yeah. So if you're not saved, ask Jesus Christ to be your Lord and Savior. If you don't know how to do that, give me a call, shoot me a text message. I'll help you through it. I'm sure there's plenty of folks that'll comment down below that I'd be willing to help you out, but the time is right to get right with God. So on that note, if you like what we're doing, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram. If you really like what we're doing, you can support us on Patreon. But in the meantime, this is Mrs. and Mr. Martian out.
Yes.